Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's spooky season, at least at the time of filming this video. And I'm going to teach you a little excerpt from one of the combos that we do on MemberStrip. If you want to learn this whole combination with us, you want to see the demo with the music, it's all available on MemberStrip. Okay, we're going to be spooky vampires, but we have a vengeance because we're actually mad because someone just woke us up from our nap. And they woke us up early, and we don't like that, so we're going to be mad. I'm going to be referencing the song that I am using. So if you're using a different song, you're going to have to use your imagination and your creativity and just make it work. But I have full faith in you. Okay, but for those of us who are using the song that I suggested, Night of the Vampire, we're going to start in our coffin. But we don't have a coffin prop, so we're just going to pretend. But we're going to start with the weight on the left, the right leg in a bevel. Okay, that means the heel's lifted. We're squeezing, okay, and we're popping this hip. Okay, because this is how vampires sleep, in our coffin. And we're like this, okay? Now you wanna make sure that you have a steady base because we're gonna body roll and do some hip stuff before we even move our feet. So the closer your feet are together, like the harder it is to balance. So just make sure you find a comfortable place where you can bevel, squeeze, hold your pose. The song I use, he's like, whoever disturbs the sleep of the vampire. And then there's a little tiny intro and then the song starts. Okay, so we're going to have the vocals and then the little intro. And when the song starts, you will hear it. We're going to look and breathe in and breathe out. Okay, we're going to look. Who's there? Boom, who's there? We're going to breathe. Okay, but it's kind of like a sigh because we're irritated. Okay, we're going to rise out of our coffin, but we are standing, so we're going to pretend, and we're going to do that with a body roll. Okay, so you need to bend your knees and shift your hips forward, and then you articulate up through your spine, and your head comes up last. Okay, the wider your stance, the better. You really do have to push those hips forward if you want to have a big dramatic come up. And you might need to practice a little bit to see like where the weight is going to go and how, you may want to return it to start, but don't overthink it. Okay, that's just for my overthinkers if you want to overthink things. But really, we just bend the knees, shove the hips forward, and we come up. Okay, so we're sleeping. We go, who's there? I'm annoyed. And then we're gonna rise from our coffin. Okay, then we're gonna take the hands across the chest with a hip, 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 hip. Okay, because we're cute vampires. So we wake up mad, but a little cute. Who's that? We breathe in, we breathe out. We come up from our coffins and then we're like, oh, it's time to wake up. I'm thirsty. Okay, I'm taking my shoulder and my hip. My hands just come across my chest and down my body. Make sure your hands stay on your body. You pull your elbows back. Don't do this. Come down, and then we're going to really sink into this hip. So you can think about this little section in 4 8 counts. With the first one, we're just like, look, we breathe in, we breathe out. The second 8 count, we're going to roll all the way up. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. We're really sinking the hips. Don't worry about the counts. Okay, that's really just to help me teach you. You do not need to count. You can just hear it. I'm just marking the beats, okay? So don't feel like you have to count with me. But we have boom, 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 sit. The hands go from sleeping vampire to down the body to hands on the hips. The next 8 count, we're just gonna bounce the hip on beat, okay? It's kind of like we're getting a little irritated, okay? We were like, okay, I just realized I just got woken up and I don't like it. And I'm thirsty for blood, okay? So after we have here, 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 sit, there's a little pause, and then we have up, down, up. Your hand's not doing that. I'm just showing you. Hands are going to be on our hips. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we're going to, boom, emerge with our vampire claws. We just switch to the opposite leg. Well, it's in a bevel, but the opposite side. I'm going to take just like a regular classic showgirl pose, but I'm bending my knees a little bit more. My hips are a little bit more forward, and I have vampire claws because I'm a vampire, and you are too. I'm just going to keep going forward. Remember, this is a video. You can watch it again. So I'm going to go a little bit faster and keep going forward, but you can stop, you can pause, you can ask me a question in the comments or DM me. Don't panic. Okay, but we have our 4-8 count. We do all of our stuff. And then we have here. Okay, so you know those classic Count Dracula, and they're always like hiding behind their cape and they're like, bleh! You know how vampires do that? Well, that's what we're going to do because we're vampires. But it's kind of cute. Okay, so we come from all of these hip bounce, bounce, bounce. Here, we're going to hold. It's 4 counts if you're counting, but don't worry, you'll hear it in the music. And then we're going to do a little shuffle forward. We're going to go here and here and here and here. So we are working the hips and the feet. Boom, boom. Okay, and our hands, we're going to go here and here. So it's like we do our vampire pose. It comes down a little bit and we go bleh, bleh, like that. And you get real scary. Okay, that's exactly what you do. So we have pose followed by 1 and 2. Okay, the feet, just the left is already in front and we step together, step together. But the hips has a little body roll. Okay, we do 2 of those, and then we're going to do a pivot turn. So we have left together, and then the right foot's going to come forward, and I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to turn to face back. This leg is going to come forward, and I'm going to turn back around. You have an optional head roll if you want to be dramatic. Okay, so we have pose 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and this pivot is like we're clearing the cobwebs away. Okay, because we're vampires. We live among the cobwebs and the bats. That's how we live. So we're gonna go 1, and then we face back. Just let your hands go, like pull it apart, and then hands to your body. Step, look. Or if you want, we have cobwebs, pivot, step, and up with a head roll into a body roll. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. So if you feel really confident about whipping your head around, or maybe you're not so used to doing head rolls, I'm going to break it down. So we go from our 2 here, here we go, cobwebs, pivot, step. You can drop and pop it up. Okay, that's like level 1. If like the head roll and the head whip into this other pose is too tricky, just think about a step pivot, drop, and come up. Okay, that works, and I feel like it's a good way to kind of practice progressing towards more of a head roll. And the thing about a head roll is it's a connecting move. It's a transition. So it's going to take us from facing the back to facing the front. But the head roll is going to be at a low level. So we have to come up, and we're going to come up with a body roll. So it becomes this connecting move.